Yo, trade recap for 10/23/2025. Um, Today we took two trades, one break even and one win. Um, Now my bias coming in today, I was pretty bearish. One, because we inverted most of these 4-hour gaps on NQ. This one, and even this one, and the daily as well. Daily for rally gap, inversed it. So I was pretty bullish. I mean bearish, pretty bearish. And we were trading inside a 4-hour that we were rejecting at this point, and we were rebalanced to EQ on the higher time frame. Slows, yeah, from these highs. So I was like, okay, we could, reject off of this level, which I had marked out at the time. So I was looking to reverse off of this, or just I honestly was just looking for a continuation down off of this. Is a tiny 4-hour, but more from there was a 4-hour here, but we did have a 4-hour S&T. And I'm not gonna. Yeah, I did not peep this, but we're still respecting this 1-hour gap. We had a 1-hour, but I honestly thought this S&T was just gonna rebalance us higher to them, continue lower, but we did not. So I had those marked out. 15-minute. I had this 15-minute intermediate high that we could have possibly rejected off of. I had I think this is 5-minute. I had, where is this at? I had this marked out. I had this 15-minute gap that we could have possibly reversed off of. What else? Oh yeah, I think I had this marked out at one point. Another 15-minute intermediate high, and then I had this 15-minute intermediate high. This high inside that 15-minute. And I also had, I think, yeah, this 5-minute intermediate high. So I was pretty bearish, but then we just ended up bull running at open. We bull ran, and then we took out all this liquidity. And I wasn't looking to take anything until, what is this? This is a 1-hour. What is this? Oh yeah, that 4-hour. Well, it's actually right here. So yeah, 4-hour. And so this is kind of my thought process. So the 4-hour close, it opened, so we closed under the 4-hour. So that was my whole condition. This 4-hour aligned with these draws on liquidity inside of it. So if we would have inversed this gap, this 4-hour gap at 9 a.m., then we would close above here. Then I'm longs until this high, or possibly all-time highs. But I'm just, once this gets inverted, I'm switching my bias. I'm no longer bearish. I'm not bullish, but we ended up respecting it. So us respecting the 4-hour gap, us closing under it, kind of gave me the confirmation that we're going to trade lower before we go higher. Now I was looking for bearish until these lows in the morning though, like meaning like if we would have rejected off this, I would have targeted this, or we would have rejected off this, I would have targeted these lows. But this was a protected low, and we clearly were bullish, so I was just looking for kind of a retracement trade, I guess you could say. But because EQ within this leg is aligned with this, so let me kind of understand, show you. So whenever 9 a.m. open, I saw we closed under the 4-hour. I was like, okay, so we want to go lower first before we go higher, and we put in this S&T on the 15-minute with that 15-minute intermediate high. NQ didn't take it, and ES did. At where is that? Is that it? Where is this? Wednesday, 10 a.m. Yeah, but I'm not tripping. Okay, yeah, so we ended up taking it at 8:50 a.m. We go on the 5-minute to be more precise. We're actually 8:55. So 8:55 we put in that SMT. Remove this. 855, 855, still high. Or yeah, high. Yeah. So boom, that was my condition. We closed under the 4 hour, put in SMT. Now, like, I didn't like it because we're super close to these highs. So these highs were gonna get taken, but just the fact we closed under the 4 hour and we had the SMT, I was just looking, to target lower first. But once that SMT got put in, I got an initial entry, which was I originally got. Oh yeah, so I got on the 1 minute inversion. Boom, I went break even here at this unfilled 5. This is a 5 minute boom. We got break even. I was like, okay. We pulled back to the 1 minute for rally gap, and then I was still confident we'd go lower. So we pulled back to the 1 minute for rally gap. It got respected, and then if we dropped to the lower time frame, so 1 minute gap. 1 minute gap is right here. Now I'll take a 30-second inversion out of here, which is this entry. Now I didn't get that fill. I kind of got in a little bit later, but that was the fill. I kind of hesitated because I didn't want to re-enter on my original position. I don't really like doing that, but I was confident that we were going to go lower, at least pull back to this unfilled 15-minute gap. So boom, I got in right here. This was kind of my fill though, and I ended up going break even once, I believe once ES took a certain low. Yeah, once ES took, so where's my fill? I believe once ES traded into, yeah, ES traded into an 845 gap. Yeah, so once ES took this low at 845, yeah, that went break even, and I had a break even at the 30-second fill, so I would have lost like $20. So I went break even, like, ideally right there. That was kind of my break even. So if I would have lose, it would have been down 20. But yeah, I had extended targets to here, but because that was equilibrium within the price range, and that aligned with this, but I had a limit buy order, so I was gonna take one con off, and I went in with 2. I know I said I was going with 1, but I kind of top ticked this, so I was risking $100 either way. Alexa off, so that's why I kind of went in with 2. So and I ended up changing my mind last minute because one, this was a unfilled 15-minute gap, unfilled 15 that we're targeting, and there was an unfilled 5. Plus, we essentially left relative equal highs with this SMT. So it was bound to get hit. So that's why I just targeted that, and then no more. Now that was a good decision because we ended up reversing. Now I did not catch this because I was already up on the day, but 15-minute tap, and then there was a 30-second out of this, which would have been this entry. So yeah, and then target that external liquidity, which we ended up hitting. But yeah, I didn't take this trade. I took the short, but I was already up on the day. So yeah, that was a trade for the day. The short closed out of the 4-hour SMT. 1 minute inversion. Then we got a re-entry on the 30-second inversion. Then targeted perfect entry or perfect exit. Got out at the unfilled 15 and then just bull ran. But yeah, that was a trade for the day. Took a short. Pretty simple, and we'll see if we could catch a banger tomorrow.